What up, what up, what up? It's K.Honesty, and I'm about to do a review of Tyler Perry's Ruthless, Season 4, Episode 16. So if you have not seen the 16th episode of Season 4 of Tyler Perry's Ruthless, turn this video off. Go watch the episode. Come back and watch this video. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel. It's a simple, free, anonymous way to support my channel and support your channel if you have one. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out when I post. I'm not a public speaker, so I will tend to fumble my words. You will hear me say, so, like 1,000 times. I may stop to regain my thoughts. I may slow my talking down to regain my thoughts. And anything I say is my opinion. It does not reflect anyone or anything associated with the show. And comment below what you would grade this episode, what you thought of the episode. If I forgot anything or was off on anything, let me know in the comments. I like to grade the episodes before and after my reviews. I'm going to grade this episode, I'm going to give it a C plus. Not C plus. I'm going to put it in between a B minus and a C plus. I feel like that's what it gave this week. I might change it after the review is over. We will see. But in between B minus and C plus, that's where I'm going to put it at right now. Last chance. Tyler Perry's Ruthless, Season 4, Episode 16. If you have not seen it, turn this video off. I'm about to spoil the entire episode. I do apologize. I'm feeling very under the weather. I'm just trying to give you guys this review. So I will be drinking my tea throughout this entire review because I need it. So, I'm still going to be smoking. I don't care. So, I hate drinking plain tea. But I don't like putting sugar and honey and stuff in my tea when I'm sick. I just feel like that don't help it. So this is just plain tea with nothing in it. I hate it. So the scene begins with Aaron. Now, as we saw at the end of the last episode, Aaron freed himself from that car. So Aaron comes across these hunters. And they see that Aaron is handcuffed, so they assume that he escaped from prison. So they was about to hold him hostage, but then Aaron starts explaining to them how he was kidnapped by the Rockadooshies. He's like, if you guys let me go, I can go to your sheriff's station. They shouldn't be corrupt like the one by the compound is. And they like, oh, we can't let you do that because we got stuff going on here. And Aaron's like, I won't tell. They tell him, you're not going to no sheriff's station, but they do. Excuse me. They do help him out of his handcuffs. And they give him directions to the next town over. They're like, you ain't going to our sheriff's station and getting us caught up in some shit. They were just super extra. The hunters, I was just like, they were super extra about the situation. It was just like, y'all, he got kidnapped by a cult and his wife is still there. You think when he gets to the sheriff's station, he going to mention y'all motherfuckers? He's not going to give a fuck about y'all. He just trying to get somewhere where he can trust somebody. His whole conversation with the hunters was just pissing me off. Like, at first I was starting to think that they weren't going to believe him about the Rockadooshies thing. But good thing they knew who the Rockadooshies was. They was like, oh, he's one of those hippies. I'm just like, oh my God. Like, why can't Aaron catch a break? It was kind of blowing me. But they let him go. They give him directions to the next town over. And they free him of his handcuffs. So then we get this scene, Mac, he goes to the sheriff's office. He tells the sheriff that Andrew told Cal and Desiree that he was involved in everything. He's telling the sheriff this, but then he texts the sheriff and says that he thinks the sheriff's office is bugged. And the sheriff's like, no, it's not. I checked. So Mac gets up to close the door. And Mac's like, well, you think Andrew's going to burn us? And the sheriff's like, well, they didn't already finish talking to him. He ain't say nothing, so I don't think he's going to say anything. So, of course, Mac's on edge. Sheriff telling him to relax. Mac is like, if they going to go get Aaron out that car, he could die in there. And Sheriff's like, they're going to get him. The nigga going to be gone. I hope he does make it to the sheriff's station the next town over because, I mean, but even if he does, what are they going to do? That's what I want to know. Like, what are they going to do? How many, because you see the sheriff's station that's by the Rockadooshi compound, it was just the sheriff and Kate. And what was the other dude name? They got killed by the girl. I forgot his name. The white cop dude that was sleeping with one of the Rakadushi girls, and Andrew had to go and make it look like something else. But basically what I'm saying is that the sheriff's station by the Rakadushi compound, they only had 3 people. So it's the sheriff and 2 deputies. So if he go to the next town over and he go to the sheriff's station, it's just going to be 1 sheriff and the 2 deputies. Unless they call the FBI and had them come meet him there, then that would make sense. Because, I mean, his father is a senator, so maybe they'll let him get to call his father, and then his father will reach out to the FBI. That's what I'm hoping happens. Because Aaron just can't catch a break. He keep escaping or finding these little loopholes to get situations, and shit keep fucking up for him. So then we get this scene. Elder Mother comes in the kitchen and tells Zane to go release Lacey from her shackles and give her a bathroom break, and tells her to keep Lacey away from any sharp objects. So Zane's like, yes, Elder Mother. She leaves out. Then Elder Mother, she asks Bridget if she's heard from her Elder Mother. And Bridget's like, oh no, not since she left with the children. So I'm like, oh, okay, so the other Elder Mother left with the children. So then River comes in. He's like, Elder Mother, I was wondering if the highest had any instructions on what to feed the 2 in the punishment trailer. So Elder Mother's like, so what, is he trying to question them about something? And River's like, yes. So Elder Mother's like, well, when the highest gets here, I will prepare it. So then we in the punishment trailer. Malcolm tells Peter that they're making them wait on purpose so that they can tell them everything. So they can give in and tell them everything. Peter's like, well, I guess that's what I'll do then. I'll tell them everything. And Malcolm, of course, she's continuously trying to get Peter to cut him loose from his shackles or whatever. So then Ruth approaches River. River tells her that Zane is mad because he didn't tell her about the plans to leave. Ruth tells River, well, you better go talk to her. That's not another enemy you need. River's like, well, can you go talk to her? Says that to Ruth, and Ruth's like, nope. Then we get to scene, Zane, she comes into the washroom. Lacey tells Zane Laura went to go look for her husband. Zane's like, that's not good. Lacey's like, well, I couldn't stop her. So then Zane tells Lacey about River's plan to leave with Ruth and Joan. Lacey's like, I knew I never liked the River ass. She's like, we need to make our own plan. That she asked Zane, is there any other guards that like you? Then she mentions Manny. And Zane's like, no, he raped me. And Lacey's like, all the guys here raped me. Like, she's like, we got to do what we got to do to get out of here. It's like, I get where Lacey's coming from, but I feel like as far as Zane, Manny's a no-go. First of all, you cut his dick, so he's not trusting you anyway. Secondly, you cut his dick, so any sexual advances you try to make, how's that going to work when he got a cut dick? So Lacey also tells Zane to play nice with River and Ruth while we form our own plan. Because when River was trying to get Ruth to talk to Zane, he said that Zane was going to bring Lacey with her. So I think Lacey telling Zane to play nice with River and Ruth is like, play nice with them just in case they do find a way to escape, and they include, so they make sure they still include us, you know. Even though I feel like they done took Zane and Lacey out of that plan a long time ago. Even River told Ruth, he was like, I'm willing to leave Joan out of the situation. Which ain't looking too bad now, because Joan has got her own plot going with Laura. So then we get this scene, Lewis and some woman, they go into a shed together. Bridget sees this. Then we get Laura going around searching for Aaron and stumbles across Malcolm and Peter. And Malcolm's like trying to get her to help. He's like, help us, help us. And Peter's telling her to go. You need to leave. You leave. So Laura runs out. And Ruth is right out there. Laura runs out and runs into Ruth. So Ruth asks Laura, like, are you clear? Like, basically, like, is she clear-minded? She don't have no drugs in her system. And Laura's like, yeah, Lacey and Zane told me to stop eating. So Ruth tells Laura, you just have to keep on playing the game. Then she tells Laura that Aaron was taken to make a phone call and overpowered the guard that you saw in the punishment trailer, and he got away. So Laura's super relieved. She's like, oh, thank God. So Ruth tells Laura, like, you in danger if the highest finds out you're not high. She tells her you need to smile and pretend to be high, but don't eat anything that the elder mother gives you. And Laura's like, well, how do we get out of here? And Ruth's like, well, I'm pretty sure Aaron has made it to the sheriff's station by now and help will be coming. Even though she know that the sheriff is corrupt and ain't nobody coming. So Laura runs along and Ruth goes inside the punishment trailer. She goes up to Peter. She's like, are you okay? Peter's like, yes. Ruth tells him, be strong. She's like, be strong. We're with you. Peter starts getting worried. He's like, what does that mean? He starts freaking out. What does that mean? Ruth leaves. So then we get to seeing the highest, Daikon, Joan. They leave the bank. The highest is upset that they couldn't get all the money. Daikon suggests that they get the rest of the money after they leave the compound. They're like, we got too many loose ends right now. We just need to focus on getting away. So the highest is like, well, we need all the money to buy the new place. He says it costs $1.7 million to buy it outright. So Daikon's like, you found a place and didn't tell me? The highest like, I didn't have to tell you. He says that the place is beautiful and he sent the elder mother and the children there. So I'm like, oh, so now we know where the elder mother and the children are. Well, we don't know exactly where they are, but he says it's spacious. He says it was an old hotel. He says we're going to rent the extra rooms to tourists in the area. You should have saw Daikon's face. Daikon's face was like, what the fuck? But he just says, I understand, your highest. Even I was thinking, like, what you mean you want to rent the rooms out to the tourists? So then back at the compound, Zane goes up to Manny, says, I've been thinking about what you was saying about me being yours. Manny's like, oh, well, you can hang that up. Zane's like, why? Manny's like, well, I'm not enlightened. And Zane says, well, you can ask the highest. And Manny's like, do you know what being enlightened is? Zane's like, it's a sacred passage. Manny's like, but do you know what he does? Zane's like, no, it's for the men to know. And Manny's like, well, I won't do it. Zane says, well, what if he chooses you? And Manny's like, I still won't do it. So he's like, what do you want, Zane? Zane says, I want you, but I want you the way I want you. No more forcing yourself on me. Da, da, da. She's like, so when can we meet? Manny's like, my dick is cut. And I was just like, yeah, like, what the fuck are you expecting to do? So Zane's like, oh, well, you won't need it for what I want to do. So Manny's like, no, because it hurts when I get hard. I'm just like, girl, you cut this nigga dick up and you think he gonna want to do some sexual shit with you now? So Zane creepily smiling and shit. She smiling like a creep. She's like, don't worry, I'll wait for you. I'll wait as long as you need me to. I'm just like, it's kind of like a no-go with Manny. I mean, but At the end of the day, man, he's a man, so he might give into that shit. So then we go back to Bridget. She opens the shed and catches Lewis fucking the girl. It's like, I knew it, and then runs off. Lewis tries to run after her, but Ruth stops him. She's like, oh, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you couldn't keep it in your pants for 1 second? So Lewis is like, oh, shit, Bridget gonna blow all this. He's gonna blow this plan in the water. Ruth's like, oh, I'm not gonna let that happen. I'll talk to Bridget. So then Elder Mother comes over, and Ruth tries to tell Lewis to go. And Elder Mother's like, nope, you stay right here. So then she asks Ruth, why are you talking to the man? And why is he fixing his pants up? So even though Ruth tells Lewis to tell her, she ends up saying all the shit herself. She's like, tell him. Tell her. So Ruth says, it's your food. Says he didn't want to tell you, but it's giving him the runs. So Lewis, he scurries away in fake pain, holding his stomach, like, holding his stomach, running away. So Elder Mother's like, why would he tell you? Says that to Ruth, why would he tell you? The Ruth says Lewis is supposed to be at his post, but he has to keep running back and forth to the bathroom. And then tells the Elder Mother, you're slipping. You slipping. You getting older. You getting up there. And it's wild because River said the same thing to her when he came in the trailer to ask about what the punishment trailer people supposed to get to eat. He was like, I noticed you moving a little slower because your knee problems or whatever. So then you got Ruth bringing this up too, like, you slipping, you getting older. So Elder Mother, she gets super upset, starts walking away. Then we get this scene in the van coming from the bank. Joan tells Daikon she loves the way he takes care of the highest. Daikon's like, well, who at the camp isn't for the highest? And Joan's like, well, I have no proof, but I'm pretty sure everyone there isn't for him. She says that's why she's so glad that the highest has Daikon. So Daikon's like, well, I'm happy the highest has you too. So he says to Joan, you're so good at numbers. And I was watching you today. It was impressive. So Joan's like, oh, thank you, Daikon. I've been doing this all my life. So then Daikon, he holds his hand out. And he asks, like, what is this company? I guess he wrote it on his hand. So Joan's like, oh, that's one of the cartel's company. So Daikon's like, so if I go look it up online, Joan's like, well, you should do that. So Daikon's like, well, what's stopping you from creating a company and taking money and putting it in there? I was like, damn, Daikon about to be on to her ass. Because we just found out in the last episode that she was doing that. So Joan's like, oh, that's so disappointing. I'm hurt. Daikon's like, why? And Joan's like, I gave up everything to be here with the highest. I would never do that. She starts getting emotional. Like, I can't believe you. I have never been accused of that. Daikon's still looking at her ass suspiciously. He's like, okay. He's telling her, be quiet, though, because he don't want the highest to hear that he's accusing her of something. So then we get this final scene. River, he sneaks into the kitchen and starts looking around. And then the Elder Mother comes in there screaming, I will make sure there's no baby. So now we know she got her own agenda when it comes to Ruth and this baby that she don't even got. And she catches River in there. She's like, what are you doing in here, boy? First of all, he tries to hide behind a stool. She saw his ass immediately. And that's how the episode ends. But I still say C. I guess I would say C+. Ain't nothing really happened on this jump. I was like, okay. Predictions, thoughts, or whatever's for the come. Like I said, I hope that Aaron gets to a sheriff's station where he can call his father and they can alert the FBI of what's really going on and all that. Those are the hopes, but like I always say in these Tyler Perry reviews, Tyler Perry likes to piss us off, so that might not be the case. He might get caught up somewhere and get drugged right back to the goddamn compound. I guess the next episode we're gonna see this conversation between Ruth and Bridget. I feel like, Bridget, you so damn jealous, but you need to be focused more about your livelihood than being jealous over a nigga. Like, girl. Especially if she knows money involved. Fuck this nigga. Worry about the money and getting out. Ruth shouldn't even have to come say nothing to you. You need to stop being jealous in a place where you need to be worried about your life more. Excuse me. And like I said, Manny's a man, so he might give in to Zane. Or he might just say fuck it because they got this whole plan to escape in a little bit anyway. Or maybe he might want Zane to escape with him. I don't know. What else? I wonder if Daikon going to look up that company and see if it's a part of the cartel's company or not. Joan probably going to go back to the compound and tell Laura we got a problem. And I don't know what's going to happen with River and Elder Mother. What excuses he going to make to why he was in the kitchen. I don't know. Oh, we didn't get no Desiree and Cal this episode. But we shall see. And then did you notice how River said he said we all walk away with roughly 400,000. Oh yeah, because they think it is 1.5 in the trailer. But they planning on, if they plan on getting more of what they bringing today, I don't know. We shall see. Those are my little thoughts or what have yous for episodes to come. Thanks for watching this review. Comment below what you thought of the episode, what you would grade the episode. You might grade it higher than I did. If I forgot anything or was off on anything, let me know in the comments. That's what you guys are here for. Please like the video. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out when I post. Because I don't only review Ruthless, I review other shows as well. Like I said, I'm under the weather, so I did a late review of Tyler Perry's Sisters. Go check that out. And, yeah, thanks for watching. See y'all in the next review. Peace.